What's going on, gamers? Welcome back to another custom meme reaction. Get your snacks because this one's interesting. This guy is solving the symbols of "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared." So the guy that made this video is called Rim Games. Now I do have my own theory cooking up. I've been cooking mine up for a bit, and maybe this guy can bounce ideas off of me. I'm not gonna say any of my theory ideas, only if I agree with his. But let's go ahead and get into this. Let's get it, boys. Rim Games, what do you got for me, man? Show me your best theory. Yeah. I hope I don't get copyrighted for this part because I always get copyrighted for this part, so I'm gonna talk over this part. There we go.
Yes, you do. Hello all, and welcome to the first of what will be a multi-part series going over exactly, or at least a theory, of the entire meaning behind the new Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared TV show, because there is a lot to unpack here. If you
I'm not
haven't
gonna be
watched the
doing a
show yet,
multi-part
I would
unless mine
recommend pausing
really
the video
pops
and
off.
going to do that first, because there will be major spoilers up ahead. Good?
Okay.
Alright, let's jump right in. In this series, we will discuss self-awareness, copies, numbers, colors, stairs, the timeline, and even this friendly fellow right here. In this episode, though, we are going to be discussing symbols.
Ooh.
Not just any symbols, though.
The book.
These symbols.
Alright, yeah, if he actually solves these symbols, that's gonna be crazy. I was so mad when he shredded that book,
While it may seem impossible to figure out what these symbols mean, it is quite clear when looking closely.
Look closely, you will see.
Hey, that's a good
Each of
edit.
these symbols make plenty of appearances in the show. And when I say plenty, I mean plenty.
Oh, yeah,
Luckily
they do.
for us, though, the show starts telling us what these, or at least one of these symbols mean in the 4th episode.
I know. Try my name.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Pause. Rewind.
One of them means
Enhance. Flip. Spin. Invert.
Oh my god.
Collapse.
Hey, man. How you doing?
All kidding aside, this is
Comes out of
extremely
nowhere.
important. We are told that this symbol, the first of 6, is
Means
Duck's
duck.
name.
Yeah.
What can the rest of them mean? Well, we can figure that out, but to do so,
one's
we
duck,
must
one's
analyze
red, one's
and
yellow,
recognize
probably.
patterns with this first symbol. So let's start looking closely.
Look closely, you will see.
All right.
The patterns we are concerned about are the times and locations that this duck symbol shows up.
Okay.
Sadly, like we showed before, these symbols show up a lot. After analyzing, we can decide that the most important location...
Just real quick. I 100% can probably tell you that, like, the book is all 3 of their names. I don't know what their names are, obviously, but it's all 3. It says, like, duck, and it's something about duck. Maybe the color of them, like duck green or duck number 1, duck.
Location is right here. Well, that and here.
Okay.
And also here.
Yep.
And
There.
and this one right here. To start, let's focus on the dollhouse. But we need to zoom out a little bit. All right, not that much.
A little, yeah, there you go,
Now that
man.
we see the full blackboard, some new things can be shown to us. We can see the duck symbol right here, but that's not all. We can also see this symbol and this one as well.
Those
These
are on the
symbols
book.
are shown as important because they are on the wall of the dollhouse that no one would ever see. Even on the set, they are unseen because they're behind the camera. These are the most important symbols for us right now.
I think
and
the
in a
triangle
way,
is probably
the most
red guy,
important
isn't it?
symbols.
That makes
Keep
sense
these 3
because
symbols in the back of our head. Or actually,
I'll just let it keep
why
going.
don't I just put them up here? On this book, we can see all 6 important symbols, including our 3 at the top of the screen, each in a new row with a partner symbol, and based on how reading is done in English, we can divide the symbols like this. Let's put these 3 symbols where they belong.
I'm trying to think.
Now let's take another look at the book. All over
Hold on. Real quick. You don't think... I know this is like symbols and stuff. What if this is just extremely like out there art of them? Because that little one that represents duck, you could see the C as maybe like the beak. Like I'm pushing it. I'm pushing far. I'm very much. And then like the one on the right there kind of looks like a yellow guy's eyes, the way how close they are, and his nose. Like if he's looking this way, I don't actually probably that way because it's the way the camera's facing. And then the other one, I have no idea how that correlates to red.
the color, we can see representations of the 3 main characters. At the top, we can see duck, yellow guy, and red guy's eyes. In the middle, we can see a Roy coin, which represents duck from the 1st episode, and batteries that represent yellow guy. At the bottom, we can see a hand, which represents yellow guy in the 1st episode, and it also makes me really appreciate that I'm not in a workplace accident or on fire.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
absolutely, man.
over me. We can see a clock, which represents all 3 of them, as we see it as the main centerpiece for their living room. The final item here is a shovel, which was
the duck
unexpected, but we can still figure out who this represents by
duck.
rewinding a few seconds. As the yellow guy walks through Leslie's attic, we can see 3 objects with shapes and colors that represent each
green.
character. Duck's green window shows cuddle dollops.
Yep.
Red guy's red window shows a
So
shovel.
red, okay.
And yellow guy's yellow window shows batteries.
Why would red
If you're
show the
wondering
shovel?
why
Duck was
red
the one
guy's
that buried
object is a
himself.
shovel when it was yellow guy who dug something in the show.
Oh my
and
god, I'm
Duck
so stupid. It was yellow guy that dug up duck, whatever. I'm sorry,
killed
guys.
someone with the shovel. I am too. I think maybe it refers to the original series and may represent Red Guy's creativity by referencing this guy from the 6th episode.
That's
but
really
that may
pushing
be
it,
a
but it's
stretch.
possible.
So I don't think we have enough information
Yeah.
to know why this represents Red Guy right now. But all we know is that it does. Write down in the comments if you think you may know the reason. Now we see how the book cover represents
saving
all
that for
3
my
main
theory.
characters, and knowing that one of the symbols is Duck's name, we will assume that the rest of the symbols represent the main characters too.
I mean,
To find out what really drives home
that
this
really, it
theory
really
is the
does
next
look like
picture.
yellow guy on
In
the
this
right there.
splash
That
screen,
symbol
we can
looks
see
like his eyes
2
and his
of our
nose.
main symbols, Duck's name and the second one. Some people think that this second symbol might mean family, but I don't think that's quite
No.
it. We see this symbol pop up many more times than just this episode, such as here in episode 1, here in episode 2, and here in episode 6. There are more times we see the symbol as well.
everything
but
that
I don't
happened
think a
in those
symbol that would mean
episodes-
family would be in some random trash can in the
That's
Jobs
unique.
episode where family is never mentioned, on the fridge in an episode that is before they started considering themselves as a family, when we
Yep.
know for sure they barely even thought of each other as friends.
It's got to be their
I
name.
know you. I know which one you are.
And on a wall of the dollhouse where
Yo.
we specifically go into
Which one you are? That ties into my theory that's coming up, boys. You better be prepared. Ooh, you already know what I'm gonna be doing if you already, you know if you
lack
know,
and
bro.
loss of family. Instead, let's start thinking about the reason that these 2 symbols would be the only ones shown here. At this point in the episode, Duck gets kicked out of the house for not following the rules, and later Red Guy gets kicked out after
I
his
don't know.
blood
It's so
was
funny
taken.
to me when they fall
The
like
only
that.
person left is Yellow Guy, and then we
Yep.
see this splash screen. We know that one of the symbols is Duck's name, and only Duck and Red Guy are gone, so it is very safe to assume that with
It's
everything
yellow.
we've seen from the book,
Yellow
the
guy.
blackboard, and this splash screen,
Yellow guy.
that this symbol is Red Guy's name.
What?
Now, some of you might still not believe me, but that's why this video isn't over.
I
I'm
mean, the
going-
only reason I would see that, if it's stuck out there, is maybe if that's not the yellow guy's face, the strings are on the outside of it are the strings on Red's head. I'm trying to just push it on visual instead of how he's doing
show
it
you
with
even more evidence for the theory
his
that
really,
these
really
symbols are
background,
the
but they
names
like
of
to
the
put
main
things at face
characters
value
and
where you
what
don't
these
need to think
last
about it
3
too
may
much.
be. Knowing that this symbol is Duck's name and this symbol is Red Guy's name, we can assume that this final symbol is Yellow Guy's name. Not! How dare you
No.
assume? Come on, guys, I thought you were better than this.
Oh, my bad,
This
bro,
isn't
my
as
bad, my bad.
easily inferable as Red Guy's name. We need some hard evidence that this final symbol
Okay.
is Yellow Guy's name.
Show me some
But
hard
luckily,
evidence, bro.
I came prepared.
All right.
To prove this, we need 2 different moments. Well, really,
If you
technically
can prove it
6
to me,
different
I'll
moments,
take back everything
but
I
still
said.
only 2.
Try and keep up, mate.
The first
Try and
and
keep up,
5
mate.
moments are the intro to the show. In every single intro, we can see this symbol on the shelved book right here.
And it's a yellow
And
book.
that's it right there. All the evidence we need.
'Cause it's a
Yellow
yellow
Guy
book.
is God, and these symbols are the deities we worship inside
Okay.
the Earth's core.
Yep.
Woo!
You did it. You did it.
No,
you
but
did it.
seriously, this is some
Okay.
pretty lame evidence right here. It doesn't really show much, but that's why we also have this next moment. In episode 4, while
Wait,
Red
I
Guy
just
and Duck
realized-
are
no,
trying
never
to
mind,
use
never
the
mind.
internet to
for
diagnose
my
and
theory.
solve Yellow Guy's issue, we can see a printed diagram. Pause. In this X-ray diagram, we can see not just a worm in the brain of the patient, but also a battery, which means this diagram is supposed to represent Yellow Guy. What's
Of course.
that down
That
here?
literally looks like
It's
him, man.
Yellow Guy's name. Some of
Okay.
you may think this is just coincidence, but on the contraire, let's zoom back out.
What if
No,
that means brain?
Farther. There we go. Let's look at this last picture here.
Okay.
Here, during Duck's funeral, they show a slideshow of his life, and during the picture where he is in a plane, what's that? It's Duck's name on something that represents himself. We
Yeah.
see here that people's names show up on things that represent themselves.
Yeah,
The plane,
understand
the
that.
splash screen, the diagram, all of these things represent
Duck
our
is the
main
most prominent.
cast. These 3 symbols right here are each of the main characters' names.
Of course.
How cool
that's-
is that? We figured out that these 3
Yeah.
symbols are the main cast's name, and which one is which.
Now, boys, I know I always go against the grain here, and it does make sense that the little wavy lines there, on the red one, is red because he's got hair like that. But man, I think red and yellow should be switched. That's all I'm saying.
But why don't we go even further by taking an even closer look?
Okay.
Let's look once again
then.
at how these symbols are grouped. Here we have 2 symbols in red guy section, 2 symbols in duck section, and 2 symbols in yellow guy section. Well, I don't think we can know exactly what these secondary symbols mean. I think we're able to come up with some theories. One way to
Yellow
look
guy.
at it is that these symbols could be the
No.
characters' surnames, but that would be kind of weird considering that would mean
Well,
that
yeah, he
yellow
did
guy's
mention-
name is after his surname. What I think could be the real meaning
Oh,
is that each of these are a trait that each of them possess. This specific trait will play a vital role later in the show and will be the way that all 3 of them finally break out of this never-ending cycle for good. We also know for sure that there will be at least 1 more season based on a YouTube short that was posted 7 months ago by
Really?
someone who was in a recording session for Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
They leaked?
And action.
The
What?
Pirate King has found his way back to the fortress. I
What it-
wonder if he still has access to the
Dude,
twin
what?
goblins, Scaramouche and Scaramouche.
He just talks like that?
Oh,
What the
this
heck?
is a real saucy adventure for me.
Here we can see a
What?
still frame of what looks like a full set behind Duck and Red Guy, with new voice lines being filmed only 7 months before the release of the show. This and the
Okay.
almost cliffhanger-like ending of the show can tell us that there will be a season 2.
Oh, yeah,
so get
absolutely.
pumped. We've covered quite a lot in this one video to show only one thing, but these symbols
Wow,
are one of
an
the most
adventure.
important aspects of this entire show, and understanding these symbols is extremely
I mean,
vital in understanding
It is.
what this
It's
book
the most
could
unique
possibly
theory I
mean.
could think of, bro.
Just to make sure
This
we
man
fully
is going
understand
off the
these symbols,
symbols.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a minute.
Okay,
if
go
these
ahead.
symbols were their own names, how would they not recognize them?
What? Are these letters or?
True, true. But at the same time, what if you need 2 symbols to make their name and the symbols are not next to each other like they are in the book?
Or numbers?
Good question. I've actually been experimenting with a 3rd symbolic subset.
While this type of thing
Okay.
would normally be a theory killer, we have one big exception here. On the napkin, we can clearly see Duck's name written here, but based on episode 4, Red Guy knew Duck's name.
Try my name.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We know why they didn't recognize these symbols. It's because they aren't the same Red Guy, Yellow Guy, and Duck that we saw in episode 4.
Yeah.
But that's something we'll save and discuss in the next episode. If you
Yeah,
have any
man.
disagreements or
He's gonna
other
be very
ideas, let me
similar
know
to
in the
my
comments
theory then.
below.
All right, boys. That was the solving the symbols don't hug me I'm scared TV show theory. He did pretty good. He actually did very good. I'm trying to get to 100,000 by the end of the year. Anyways, I'm going to be dropping my theory sometime this week as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until the next one, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. It's that It's that I said the